The next edition of NFPA 72, the National Fire Alarm and Signaling Code, is due to be released in 2026. NFPA 72 is a comprehensive standard that covers the application, installation, location, performance, inspection, testing, and maintenance of fire alarm and emergency communication systems. It's a critical document for anyone involved in fire protection, including installers, designers, engineers, and authorities having jurisdiction. The NFPA, or National Fire Protection Association, follows a regular revision cycle for its codes and standards to ensure they reflect the latest technologies, research, and best practices. This cycle typically involves a period of public input, committee review, and Standards Council approval. The process is designed to be open and transparent, allowing stakeholders from various backgrounds to contribute to the development of the code. The 2026 edition will likely incorporate changes and updates based on proposals submitted during the current revision cycle. These changes could address a wide range of topics, such as new technologies in fire detection, advancements in emergency communication systems, or clarifications to existing requirements. It's important for professionals in the fire protection industry to stay informed about these updates to ensure they are compliant with the latest codes and standards. NFPA 72 addresses several key areas related to fire alarm systems. Firstly, it covers the different types of fire alarm systems, including conventional, addressable, and wireless systems. Conventional systems are typically used in smaller buildings and provide zone-based detection, while addressable systems offer more precise identification of the location of a fire. Wireless systems are becoming increasingly popular due to their ease of installation and flexibility. Secondly, the code specifies the requirements for fire alarm control units, which are the brains of the fire alarm system. These units must be listed and approved for their intended use and must meet certain performance criteria. The code also specifies the requirements for power supplies, wiring, and other components of the fire alarm system. Thirdly, NFPA 72 addresses the different types of initiating devices such as smoke detectors, heat detectors, and manual pull stations. Smoke detectors are the most common type of initiating device and are designed to detect the presence of smoke particles in the air. Heat detectors are used in areas where smoke detectors are not suitable, such as kitchens and garages. Manual pull stations allow occupants to manually activate the fire alarm system. Fourthly, the code covers the requirements for notification appliances such as horns, strobes, and speakers. Horns are used to provide an audible alarm signal, while strobes are used to provide a visual alarm signal for people with hearing impairments. Speakers are used to provide voice messages, which can be used to provide instructions to occupants during a fire emergency. Fifthly, NFPA 72 also addresses the requirements for emergency communication systems such as two-way radio systems and mass notification systems. Two-way radio systems allow firefighters and other emergency responders to communicate with each other inside a building. Mass notification systems are used to provide emergency information to a large number of people, such as during a natural disaster or terrorist attack. In addition to these key areas, NFPA 72 also includes requirements for inspection, testing, and maintenance of fire alarm systems. Regular inspection and testing are essential to ensure that the fire alarm system is functioning properly and will operate as intended in the event of a fire. The code specifies the frequency and type of inspections and tests that are required. Furthermore, NFPA 72 contains information on the proper documentation and record keeping for fire alarm systems. Accurate records are essential for tracking the history of the system and ensuring that it is properly maintained. These records should include information on the installation, testing, inspection, and maintenance of the system. Staying up to date with the latest edition of NFPA 72 is crucial for anyone involved in the fire protection industry. The code is constantly evolving to reflect the latest technologies and best practices. By staying informed, professionals can ensure that they are providing the highest level of fire protection for their clients. The NFPA offers a variety of resources to help people stay informed about NFPA 72, including training courses, publications, and online forums. These resources can help professionals understand the code and its application. The adoption and enforcement of NFPA 72 vary depending on the jurisdiction. Some jurisdictions adopt the code in its entirety, while others may modify it to meet the specific needs. It is important to check with the local authority having jurisdiction to determine the specific requirements in your area. NFPA 72 is not a standalone document. It is often referenced in other codes and standards such as the International Building Code and the International Fire Code. It is important to understand the relationship between NFPA 72 and these other codes and standards. The NFPA also publishes a variety of other codes and standards related to fire protection, such as NFPA 13, Standard for the Installation of Sprinkler Systems, and NFPA 101, Life Safety Code. These codes and standards work together to provide a comprehensive approach to fire safety. Firstly, the code provides guidance on the selection and placement of fire extinguishers. Secondly, it addresses the design and installation of fire suppression systems. Thirdly, it provides requirements for fire-resistant construction. Fourthly, it covers the management of hazardous materials. Fifthly, it addresses emergency planning and evacuation procedures. Staying informed about the latest developments in fire protection is essential for ensuring the safety of people and property. The NFPA plays a vital role in developing and promoting these standards, and it is important for professionals in the industry to stay up to date with the latest codes and standards. The 2026 edition of NFPA 72 will likely include changes to address new technologies and best practices. Therefore, continue to monitor the NFPA website and other industry resources for updates. The National Fire Protection Association develops, publishes, and disseminates more than 300 consensus codes and standards intended to minimize the possibility and effects of fire and other hazards. Widely known NFPA codes and standards include NFPA 13, NFPA 70, and NFPA 101, which were previously mentioned. NFPA membership totals more than 50,000 individuals around the world. NFPA is committed to providing knowledge and information through codes and standards, research, training, education, outreach, and advocacy, and by partnering with others who share an interest in furthering the NFPA mission. Therefore, understanding the importance of these updates to the NFPA 72 document will allow installers, designers, engineers, and authorities the knowledge to safely execute their jobs. The NFPA revision cycle and code development process is very meticulous to ensure that the information in these documents are accurate. The NFPA also offers many different resources such as training courses, handbooks, and other reference materials to help understand the information of the standards. The NFPA Codes and Standards development process is a consensus-based system. It brings together volunteers representing varied interests to reach agreement on the provisions of the documents. This process ensures that all viewpoints are considered and that the final product reflects the best available knowledge and practices. Firstly, the process starts with a public input stage, where anyone can submit proposals for changes to the code. Secondly, these proposals are then reviewed by a technical committee, which is comprised of experts in the field. Thirdly, the technical committee develops a report on the proposals, which is then made available for public comment. Fourthly, the technical committee considers the public comments and makes any necessary revisions to the report. Fifthly, the report is then submitted to the NFPA Standards Council for approval. Sixthly, if the Standards Council approves the report, it is then published as a new edition of the code. This rigorous process ensures that NFPA codes and standards are up to date, technically sound, and reflect the needs of the stakeholders. The NFPA website offers a wealth of information about the codes and standards development process, including schedules for upcoming meetings, access to committee reports, and instructions on how to submit proposals. The NFPA also provides opportunities for professionals to get involved in the codes and standards development process by serving on technical committees. This is a valuable way to contribute to the development of fire safety standards and to stay informed about the latest developments in the field. In conclusion, keeping abreast of the release of the 2026 edition of NFPA 72 and understanding the changes it contains is paramount for all professionals in the fire protection industry. This proactive approach ensures compliance, promotes safety, and contributes to the continuous improvement of fire protection practices. The information contained within NFPA 72 is applicable across a wide range of occupancies and building types, making it a fundamental resource for anyone involved in the design, installation, maintenance, and inspection of fire alarm systems. By staying informed and engaged with the NFPA codes and standards development process, professionals can play a vital role in advancing fire safety and protecting lives and property.